Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about the Scorpio full moon and lunar eclipse and what you may be manifesting around this energetically powerful time. So go ahead and take a moment to meditate with these cards and allow your intuition to guide you to whatever card or cards you find yourself most drawn towards. And feel free to pause the video if you need more time as well. And I will also leave the timestamps for each group of reading in the description as well. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading about what you may be manifesting around the time of the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, and I'm going to reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that as well by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose. So what we have for you is the Three of Cups. And this is actually a very beautiful way to start your reading, Group 1. And the energy of the Three of Cups, I'm seeing the energy of Cancer as well as Mercury here. But the typical meaning associated with the Three of Cups usually involves some kind of celebration and some kind of coming together, usually involving feminine energies. This could involve a group of friends or sisters, people who really inspire you and uplift you. And this card usually involves really coming together in harmony and coming together to celebrate some kind of happy occasion. This could involve a wedding, a graduation, a baby shower, something that really uplifts and brings people together. So this could be a variety of different things, and this may be different for everyone's situation, but I think this is a wonderful way to start your reading. And we're coming into the season of spring as well, and this often is a time of graduations, of weddings, and a time of really being outside and celebrating, and also perhaps tapping into some more of the feminine energies as well around this time. This card can often indicate fertility, abundance as well. So this is definitely a very nice energy to begin your reading here at Group 1. And I'm also going to get a little bit more information for you here with a few more tarot cards from our Celestial Tarot deck today. That is the deck that I'm going to be using. But as far as this lunar eclipse goes, I think that this could definitely potentially be a time to really celebrate, to also really celebrate how far you've come, and to maybe acknowledge some of the deeper shadow work that you may have been working through as well, and to really take a moment to celebrate, and to celebrate yourself and to celebrate others, and maybe some of the processes that you've been working through with this Scorpio energy. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get you a few more cards here from our Celestial Tarot, and we'll just go ahead and see what may be coming up for you, what you may be manifesting around this time. So let's see what we have for you here. Get you a few more cards. Okay, so the next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. This is quite interesting. I'll get into this in just a moment, but the next card that we have is the Prince of Cups, which is quite interesting. But anyway, with this Eight of Cups, this is all about moving away from a situation that was possibly maybe unfulfilling. Maybe it was something that you invested a lot of time and energy into, and it could have potentially left you feeling very disappointed. And this theme of leaving something behind, of moving on, of walking away from something, it's definitely very much in alignment with those Scorpio energies and archetypes as well. I feel that it could be, and we also have a lot of cups energy here as well with this this full moon lunar eclipse being within the sign of Scorpio, the fixed water sign, I feel that this could potentially have some kind of connection here. But just obviously take this reading as it resonates with you. But I feel that you may have been moving through something that perhaps had been quite difficult, um, quite challenging. And like I said, maybe it was something that you invested a lot of time, effort, and energy into, and it was never really paid off. Maybe you never completely got that return on investment, and maybe it left you feeling that maybe you were a bit taken advantage of, or a bit wronged in some kind of way. But I feel that as you move away from this a little, I guess what you could call a little bit more challenging, dense energy, as you move into I feel like you're moving into this Three of Cups energy and leaving something that was perhaps unfulfilling or draining for your energy in some kind of way. You're leaving that behind and moving into this time of celebration, and really celebrating life, and really kind of stopping to smell the roses and taking it all in, and taking a moment to really have a breath of fresh air, and to kind of acknowledge the hard work that you've done, and to understand that life doesn't always have to be so serious. Yes, we do have to acknowledge the work that needs to be done, and to occasionally dive into these more deep introspective aspects of ourselves to really do the healing that needs to be done. But there also needs to be that balance as well, and that more lighthearted energy to make sure that the life doesn't become too overbearing and too serious, and all work and no play, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And we also kind of get that here as well with this Prince of Cups. And within this deck, the Prince of Cups is correlated to the Knight of Cups. And this is really all about stopping to smell the roses and kind of enjoying those more creative, lighthearted, beautiful aspects of life, and admiring art, admiring beauty, admiring nature, and admiring the divinity of creation that is all around us, and that is also within us as well. But I feel that this energy, yes, it definitely can be a bit difficult to move through as we leave something behind that perhaps was not as fulfilling as we may have hoped it would be. But I feel that perhaps you are really coming into this time of celebrating what you've moved through. And yes, maybe it hasn't been easy, but it's been something that's really helped transform you. And it's kind of like that Scorpio archetype that's associated with that phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel like you've really gone through this deep, maybe painful metamorphosis, and now you're really coming into a time where you can acknowledge that, and really celebrate the growth and the beautiful transformation that it's brought you. But this is definitely going to be different for everyone's situation. This may just resonate with one person, but obviously this is like I said, this is not going to be the same for everyone's situation. So I'll go ahead and continue your reading by getting a card for you from our Moonology Oracle. And I'm just going to go ahead and get you another message here about what may be coming through, what you may be manifesting around this time of this upcoming Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. And it appears that a card is coming out for you here. And we have the last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. And the last quarter moons, these are times of really allowing there to be that clearing away. It's time of letting go and releasing, and having gratitude for what you have manifested during the previous part of the lunar cycle. But this is a time of really clearing away and creating that emptiness, creating that void space for a new beginning, for a new initiation of the next cycle. But this is a time of really allowing ourselves to sit within that darkness, to sit within that void space, and to let there be that uncertainty, that unknowing. And for many of us, this is, for me personally, I know that this is a time when I struggle the most during the lunar cycle, during the last quarter moons, and the waning moon in general, especially after the last quarter moon. Between that time of the last quarter moon and the new moon is the time when I find that my energy is it's a bit more challenging for my energy to process. But obviously, it's going to be different for everyone depending on how you work with lunar energies. But anyway, it's a time of really allowing ourselves to sit with that emptiness. And within the sign of Gemini, this is all about duality. It's often associated with the archetype of the twins. And like I was saying, the duality, the yin and the yang, it's really kind of harmonizing the polarity and kind of seeing things as separate yet whole at the same time, if that makes any sense. I think that this is kind of what Gemini and its higher expression is really all about. It's very much related to the mind and the mental processes as well. And this card, it asks you to clear your mind. And in Gemini, the mind can definitely be quite loud, quite chatty, and that can often even be to detriment as well. There always has to be that balance, and this card asks you to clear your mind, to clear that space. And I think that this could perhaps indicate that maybe it would be good for you to maybe focus on some deep meditation, or just taking some time to get out in nature, to be by yourself, and to come to a place of allowing yourself to really have that solitude and the time of emptiness. And I feel that also with these Scorpio themes being very prevalent right now around this time with this powerful eclipse, I feel that this is a really good time to really venture into that darkness, to venture into that darkness, into that unknown. And that doesn't have to be, that can be scary for some of us, but I feel that this is really a good opportunity to have that clearing, to have that healing, and that cleansing, that purging, and really allowing something to be uncovered beneath the surface as well. So I think that may be something to possibly keep in your awareness around this time. But this definitely could also be a time for you to really focus on balancing those different opposing aspects within yourself as well, like how I was mentioning about the duality, and harmonizing it could definitely involve harmonizing the divine masculine and feminine within yourself as well. But there's many different themes and energies that can be discussed and interpreted from within this card. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get a final card for you from our Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And I'm just going to go ahead and end your reading with a final message about this lunar eclipse and what may be coming through for you, what you may be manifesting. So let's go ahead and get a final card for you, and we will discuss what we discovered. Okay, so I have another card for you, and the card that we have is the Seer. Future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. And I'm just going to move this so you can see it a little bit better. And I think this is very interesting. And sometimes I do like to read the descriptions from the guidebook about these cards, but today I'm really just going to use my own intuition and my own inner guidance to kind of interpret the meaning of this card as I see it and how it appears to me. And I really see I really see within this card, and I think it's ironic kind of because it's the card is literally, it's called the Seer, but I kind of see this as really turning within to your own intuition and to your own visionary power and inner guidance, inner light, divine connection, artistic inspiration, and using that to really formulate your own vision and to really divine your own messages from the universe, to create a vision about your future, as it mentions future prospects. And um, I see this as also maybe consulting with the universe, consulting with that higher guidance and that connection is that is present within the dimensions beyond, and seeking guidance from that greater cosmic source, and using that connection, using that your own inner divine wisdom in order to really to see the truth and to see your life clearly. I kind of see this as being also related to the ability of clairvoyance as well, and having that crystal clear vision about what is true for you, about the energies in your life, and really crafting and perfecting the masterpiece that is your life. And this, I feel that with this card, that there is often that there is definitely a kind of maturity that is required as well. Maybe perhaps tapping into some of those Saturn archetypes in order to embody that mature and responsible energy. But I feel that with this card, it's a little bit more spiritual, and it's a little bit more. It has a little bit more of a large, greater, interconnected cosmic theme, something that transcends beyond responsibility and the 3D material reality. So I think that with this card, I think the main message to take away from this is that you are the divine alchemist of your life. And I think it's important to really acknowledge the hard work that you've done, some of the deep, painful transformations that you may have gone through, and to really take deep wisdom from that, and to really understand that whatever you're going through, that it is that it has the purpose of teaching you some very powerful lessons about your power and about the strength that you have, and also about maybe about the mission that you have within this life, and how you ultimately deserve the best, but you're going to have to make that happen for yourself and not settle for less than you deserve. And sometimes that will mean walking away from what isn't serving you, and it can it can definitely be a painful experience. But I think that when you ultimately come out the other side, you're going to be very relieved, and it's going to be something that you really just want to celebrate, and ultimately be grateful that you had to experience it. And um, this isn't to invalidate the pain that it may have caused, but obviously this is going to be different for everyone. But I think that ultimately you're on the right track, and it's definitely not going to always be easy. But I think that I think that with this journey, you are beginning to uncover some of the hidden undercurrents that were sort of brewing beneath the surface. And I think that the journey is going to continue to unfold, and maybe bring about even more things to address, and more things, but also many more things to be grateful for and to celebrate as well. Like I was saying, it's all about finding that balance. It's all about harmonizing those opposing aspects, the duality and the polarity that exists within the universe, and also coming back to that place of transcendence and harmony. So I hope this resonated with you, and I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, Group 1. It's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading about the Scorpio full moon, lunar eclipse, and what you may be manifesting around this time. So we'll go ahead and reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that as well by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and reveal the card that you chose. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, this is really all about investing in your future and planting the seeds now so you can reap the harvest and reap the rewards in the future. And with this card, it definitely indicates that there is going to be patience required. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's definitely kind of about sacrificing in the short term to reap those long-term rewards. And I kind of see it as well as I kind of get the imagery of planting those seeds in your garden and really tending to the soil, watering those seeds, and putting in that work and effort on a daily basis. It's showing up and doing the work, and also embodying that energy of patience as well, and understanding that those results aren't going to be something that manifest overnight. So it's putting in the patience, it's embodying the patience as well, and understanding that things are going to take time, and it's best not to rush. And it's also, I think, with the Seven of Pentacles, I also feel that it's very important to really trust the process as well, and to trust yourself in knowing that things will manifest in the time that they are meant to. And with this card, I feel that with your hard work, you're going to be extremely impressed, and I think that you're going to be blown away by how much you can accomplish, and by how much you can manifest just by putting in a little work and a little time every day. Just a few minutes or a few hours every day can make such a huge difference over a long period of time. So I think this is definitely something to consider. And also with these Scorpio themes, I think it may be important to look at your long-term investments, and to understand that what may be brewing under the surface may have some kind of connection to these long-term plans and investments as well. And perhaps whatever shadow work may be coming up for you around the time of this Scorpio eclipse. And I feel that the theme of shadow work is going to be extremely prevalent, but I feel that it may be important for you to possibly take into consideration your relationship to abundance, and your relationship with your faith in yourself, and in your ability to manifest your dreams, and your ability to show up and to do that work. Because I feel that you are very capable and very determined. So just take this as it resonates with you, obviously, but I feel that may just be something to take into consideration. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting a few more cards from our Celestial Tarot. And we'll just go ahead and see what may be coming up for you around this time. So let's go ahead and get you a few cards here. All right. So I have a few more cards, and the next card that I have for you is the Nine of Wands. And this is interesting. I'll get into this in just a moment. But the next card that we have is the Emperor. Very interesting. So with the Nine of Wands, this is really all about continuing to persevere and continuing to move forward even when things aren't easy, and even when you've suffered along the journey, and even when you feel that you've been wounded by the past and even by the present. I feel that with this card, it urges you to confront any fears that you may be facing, and it urges you to continue forward with courage and determination, and knowing that this pain will not last forever. And I feel that in many ways this is very much aligned with that Scorpio eclipse energy, facing any demons and facing any fears and self-imposed limitations that may be present within your mind and within your energy. But this card is all about pushing forward and continuing to have courage, and continuing to keep that motivation strong, even when it feels the most difficult, even when it feels that you are exhausted or wounded. It's continuing to have that faith and to have that courage, and to remember that you can overcome anything, and to keep investing in yourself, to keep investing in your dreams and your future, and to know that you are the divine alchemist of your life, and you really can handle, and anything that you're going through, you will be able to handle. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be easy, or it doesn't mean that it's fair, but you can overcome anything. And the universe, I feel that the universe knows this as well, and that's why you are going through what you're going through, because you are developing an even greater level of strength, wisdom, and experience within this carnation, within this lifetime. So anyway, we also have the energy of the Emperor here with the energy of Aries, and I'm also seeing the energy of Virgo here as well, and the energy of Mercury and the Sun, and the energy of Jupiter and the Sun. I think I just said that, but anyway, I'm still learning all of the astrological associations of minor arcana, but we also have this Emperor energy, and this is really all about standing in your power and knowing that you are the authority of your own life. This is really stepping into that divine masculine energy, and knowing that you can handle this life, and that you can create the existence of your dreams. And I feel that this also requires that maturity and that responsibility, kind of like the energy of the Seven of Pentacles in a lot of ways. But like I was saying, it really requires you to step into that divine masculine energy, and to really take care of your life, to take care of your kingdom, symbolically. And that means taking care of your home, your finances, and knowing that you can have the life of your dreams, that you can create it, and take charge and take action in order to boldly manifest whatever you want. And I think that with this card, it really, I think that it's very empowering to really step into that inner confidence and that inner forward drive to take action and to boldly embody that that inner wisdom and that inner father energy, whatever that may be for you. And I feel that this energy can also represent other people, external authority figures, often masculine authority figures like bosses or father figures of some sort. But obviously, take this reading as it resonates, and this may or may not resonate for you. So just, you know, just take all things into consideration here. And often with the eclipse energies, there definitely can be a bit of confusion. There definitely can be a little bit of jarring incohesiveness. So I kind of feel that there's a little bit brewing under the surface here with this reading, especially with this Nine of Wands energy. I feel that something has been very difficult. Something has been quite challenging, but it's really required you to step into that inner power, into that energy of that inner authority, and to keep investing in yourself, to keep investing in your dreams, and showing up and doing the work, even when it's painful and difficult. And I know how challenging that can be sometimes. So I definitely I never want to invalidate anyone's experience or struggle. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting a card from our Moonology Oracle deck. And I'm just going to get another message here for you about this lunar eclipse and just about what may be coming through or about what you may be manifesting around this time. So let's just go ahead and get you another card. We'll see what wants to come through. Okay, so the next card that I have for you is the last quarter moon in Gemini, Clear Your Mind. And what is really interesting is this is actually the same Moonology card that I had for the previous reading, for Group 1's reading as well. So if you felt drawn toward to Group 1, then it may be maybe worth considering watching that group as well if you feel called to. But anyway, the last quarter moon, this is a time of really allowing there to be that energetic clearing, and it's a time of allowing what has been to fall away, and in showing gratitude and embodying gratitude for what you've manifested during the previous part of the lunar cycle. But it's a time of release, it's a time of letting go and clearing that space energetically for there to be that void, for there to be that womb space for that new beginning, for that new initiation and new intention of the next lunar cycle. But within the sign of Gemini, this is really all about that. It's really all about that energy of duality, and it can often be associated with harmonizing the energies of the masculine and the feminine, harmonizing the polarity and the duality within the universe, and acknowledging that we are both one and we are both separate simultaneously. And it's really finding the beauty in that. And in a lot of ways, I don't truly believe that we really can fully ever transcend duality completely, but I think we can kind of move between those different levels and different states of consciousness gracefully and harmoniously, and doing so in the way that best uplifts us and supports us. Because I feel that with this card, it acknowledges that we are, like I said, we are both individuals and we are both one. We are part of something so much greater, and we are unique expressions of that that divine overmind, that divine source. And this card, it asks you to clear your mind, to really allow that falling away to happen, like I was saying, and to sit within the void gracefully, to sit within the void and have that acceptance for that unknowing, that darkness, that mystery, and to also maybe understand that maybe there are things that are unhealed within you, that lurk beneath the surface. And this is a perfect time to really to allow there to be that energetic purging, that energetic clearing your mind, clearing your energy for something greater, for something so much more healthy and in alignment with who you truly are on a soul and energetic level. So this may be just something to keep in your awareness around this time, something to consider. So you may also have astrological placements within the signs of Gemini or Virgo or Aries as well, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, but it may just be something to take into consideration as it resonates with you. So I'm going to go ahead and finish your reading by getting a final card from our Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And we're just going to go ahead and get a final message from Spirit about what may be coming through around this Scorpio lunar eclipse. So let's go ahead and get a final card for you here, Group 2. So I have a card for you, and we have the liminal dance, delicacy, fragility, transience. And I think this is so beautiful. But with this card, the liminal dance, I'm really feeling that the overall message within this card, at least as I'm feeling it and experiencing it, is that life really is so delicate, and the mere improbability of our existence itself is just mind-blowing, and it really is a manifestation of a divine miracle itself. And I think that with this card, it really asks you to step into that place of awe and wonder at how delicate, improbable, and how divine existence itself is. And it's something that it's some kind of intangible thing that can't fully be articulated or expressed. But I think that it really just asks you to step into that place of awe and wonder, and to really be curious as well. As we see here with the imagery here, it kind of reminds me of Stonehenge. And I think it's also worth considering maybe looking at certain sacred sites throughout the world geographically, certain architectural wonders, ancient excuse me, certain ancient architectural wonders from the past, and really maybe doing a bit more research about those sacred sites. Those and oftentimes with many places such as the pyramids or Stonehenge, we find that there is oftentimes many astrological synchronicities, and oftentimes we find that there's astrological alignments within these ancient sacred architectural sites. But it may just be something to take into consideration about maybe researching, and also maybe getting a little curious about how these things were built and how this was really possible with these ancient civilizations, and maybe also contemplating, maybe if they had a little help along the way. But maybe, just take this as it resonates with you, because you can look at this on many different levels and through many different layers. But the message, the greater message that I mostly take away from this is that it's so important to really to honor our existence, and to honor and acknowledge how delicate and how temporary our existence really is, and how much of a divine miracle and gift it truly is as well. And embodying gratitude and love, and just pure awe for that every day, and never forgetting how just how much of a gift it truly is to be in existence, to be alive here on this plane of existence, as perfectly imperfect as our world and our lives are. It's honestly just such a trippy and mind-blowingly sacred gift. So I hope that resonated with you, and just take these readings as they resonate. Obviously, take it or leave it, because obviously everyone's going to have their own experience, their own unique expression of how they live their lives and how these energies manifest within their existence. So I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, group 2, and it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading about the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse and what you may be manifesting around this time. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that as well by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and reveal the card that you chose. So we have the card here, the moon, and this card is also associated with the energy of Pisces as well. So that might be something to take into consideration if you have astrological placements in the sign of Pisces. But whether you do or not, just take this as it resonates with you. So this card here, the moon, this card often indicates that there could be something brewing beneath the surface, some kind of anxiety or insecurity or illusion, something that is not truly being seen in the full light, in the full illumination of the truth. And with this card, there oftentimes may be some kind of fear that needs to be addressed, something that needs to be confronted, something that needs to be brought to the surface and brought into the light, brought into illumination. And this is very interesting and very powerful, because the whole topic of this reading is about the full moon lunar eclipse, and there may be something that is eclipsing that light, something that is hiding the truth, something that's unseen, that needs to be acknowledged. Maybe some kind of shadow work that needs to be addressed and needs to actually be worked through. So this may be something to take into consideration. I think this is very interesting, but I think with this card, it really asks you to be honest, to be truthful with yourself and others, and to not let your fears become illusions that prevent you from fully embodying your strength, your light, and your power in this world and in this life. So this may be something just to keep in consideration, but I'm going to go ahead and get a few more cards for you from our Celestial Tarot deck, and we're just going to go ahead and get a few more messages here from this deck for you about this lunar eclipse. So just give me a moment and we will get you a few cards here. Give this a good shuffle. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get you a few more cards. We can't rush this process now. All right. Okay, so the next card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. We'll get into this in a moment. And we have another tarot card for you as well. And we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this Five of Pentacles here, this can definitely be a bit of a challenging energy to work with. The Five of Pentacles is often associated with times of hardship, times of scarcity, financial hardship, health problems, devastating life circumstances that we may have to navigate our way through. But with this card, it oftentimes it really tells us that we can ask for help when we need it, and oftentimes the help that we need is just a a phone call away, or it's just you know it's very accessible. And oftentimes the difference between us getting what we need and getting the help that we need is just reaching out for that support, and not letting our egos prevent us from healing and overcoming our situations just because we don't want other people to judge us, or to think that that we are less than, or we're irresponsible, or whatever kind of narrative or story we tell ourselves, whatever kind of illusions we are falling within the trap of, falling victim to. This Five of Pentacles, this really tells us that any kind of hardship can also be overcome, that it is a temporary situation that we must go through. And in so many ways, it's oftentimes helping us develop that strength, that wisdom, by going through these hard times, these challenging experiences. And it oftentimes it really reconnects us to that inner power and that inner strength, and knowing that we can overcome anything, knowing that we have that inner power within ourselves, that courage and that determination, that tenacity to get through it, and to do what needs to be done, and to make whatever sacrifices we need to in the short term to have that long-term success, and that that realignment with our ultimate path and trajectory that the universe wants for us. And we also have the Eight of Wands here as well. And with this Eight of Wands, this is really all about things happening quickly, things moving forward, with a lot of momentum and speed. And this can be quick developments, things really progressing maybe a lot more quickly than you had initially anticipated. And within this reading, I kind of interpret this as a good sign, because I kind of feel that whatever challenging energy you're going through here with this Moon card and this Five of Pentacles, whatever challenging situation you may be navigating through, I feel that it's going to be something that happens quickly. It's going to be something that you learn what you need to within a short period of time. The universe isn't going to keep you treading water for forever, or even for a long period of time. It's going to be something that's short-lived. And I feel that when you step back into your power and you've reclaimed that truth within the full embodiment and full illumination of that sacred divine energy and expression, then things are going to be shape-shifting, and um, transmuting very quickly and with a lot of um, forward momentum, I guess you could say, if that makes sense. But with this Eight of Wands, I feel that, like I said, things are progressing quickly, and whatever challenging experiences you're moving through right now, I think it's important to also remember to maybe slow down a little bit too, and to listen to that intuition, because the moon is often, it's also associated with the power of the subconscious, with of the intuition, and within um, our connection to the spiritual realm, and that inner feminine um, approach to things. And it can often be associated with psychic abilities as well. But anyway, I feel that whatever you're moving through, whatever kind of uncertainty or difficulty you're moving through right now, it's going to be something that's short-lived. And I think that you are beginning to transmute this energy very, very rapidly, and with a lot of passion and enthusiasm, as well as you are beginning to reclaim your strength and step back into your power. So let's go ahead and get you another card, get you another message from our Moonology Oracle. And we're just going to see what else you may be manifesting around this time and what may be coming through for you. And as always, I just wanted to say to just take these readings as they resonate with you, and nothing's ever set in stone. And I just, I'm just telling you the way that I perceive the messages within these cards, and everything is always subjective and open to interpretation within these readings. So let's go ahead and get you another card here, and we'll just go ahead and see what wants to come through. Okay, so I have another card for you, and what we have is the last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. Okay, this is quite interesting. And what I also think is interesting is that within every reading within this video, we had all last quarter moons. So that definitely is a trend. It definitely is a synchronicity here. And the last quarter moon, this is a time of release. It's time of letting go and clearing away that energetic space and allowing there to be that void and that empty womb space for that new cycle, for that new beginning and that new initiation to take place. And it often means sitting in that uncomfortable place of unknowing and uncertainty, sitting in the darkness, sitting in the mystery. And it's, in a lot of ways, it's very much connected to that lunar eclipse energy as well, sitting in that darkness and revealing something that was hidden in the shadows. And the sign of Aquarius, this is all about being that unique individual within the collective and offering your own authentic, unique creative expression to the collective, doing something that makes you stand out, and really it's kind of like singing your own note, singing your own note within the symphony of the universe. And this card, it asks you to reflect on your priorities. And I think that this is very much related to the Five of Pentacles and the moon here. I think this asks you to be very honest and very deliberate about your plans and your intentions moving forward. I think that with this powerful eclipse energy, that this asks you to be very highly discerning, and to be very much on the same page with the universe, very much aligned, and clear away anything that is not in alignment. Anything that is no longer serving you needs to be cleared away and needs to be very intentionally reflected upon, so that you can move forward in the most high vibrational, peaceful, and joyful state possible. So I'm not trying to come off as being preachy or lectury or anything like that, but I think that it may just be something to keep in your awareness around this time. And it's something that all of us, including myself, need to be more in tune with and more conscious of in a lot of ways. Oftentimes with these eclipses, it does really bring something forward that we maybe were not conscious of. So there can definitely be some kind of serious ending that needs to happen as well. Something that needs to be cleared away. Something that is keeping us away from our connection to abundance. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we always have that inner abundance within ourselves, because we always have that divine connection, and it's something that's free, and it's also something that's priceless. So always remember that as well. But group 3, I'm going to go ahead and conclude your reading with a final card from our Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. I'm just going to go ahead and get a final message for you here from this deck, and we're just going to go ahead and see what else may be coming up for you, what you may be manifesting around this time of the full moon Scorpio lunar eclipse. So I went ahead and got another card for you, and what we have is the Path of the Gods: decisions, meetings, future plans. Okay, this is very beautiful. I just love the radiant imagery of these cards from this deck. It's just absolutely stunning. But anyway, I just want to make sure that you can see this card. And the Path of the Gods, I think that once you begin to clear away what is no longer in alignment with you, what is holding you back and preventing you from connecting to that sense of abundance, any kinds of fears or self-imposed illusions that are keeping you away from aligning to that divine path, that sacred energy that is always accessible to you. I think that when you begin to reconnect to that faith in yourself, and you begin to maybe have some serious conversations with your inner self about those priorities and about what needs to be acknowledged beneath the surface, I think that when you also begin to make some serious decisions, that I think that it will ultimately align you with that higher vibrational path of the divine, of the gods, of source, whatever word you like to use to define it. I think that it will ultimately bring you into union with these higher dimensional entities, energies, and it will bring you into a place of future forward momentum and development. And things will begin to happen quickly, and this initiation is going to be something that is self-initiated. It's going to be something that is self-paced as well, and it can happen as quickly or as slowly as you want it to, depending on your commitment and depending on your willingness to sit with any discomfort and to accept things. Yes, accept things as they are, but to also remember that you have the power to transform and transmute and move forward from any kind of challenging situation or energy with power and with determination, and that inner knowing that you deserve the best that life has to offer. And any kind of setback or trial or tribulation is something that is going to be short-lived, and it's something that's going to be temporary. And even when it does feel permanent, when we fall into that illusion and that trap of feeling like our current situation is the final destination, when we fall into that illusion and that trap, we really need to remind ourselves that it is the ending, it is the closing out of that painful part of that cycle. It's something that is uncomfortable, but ultimately we have to allow that decomposition to take place within the chrysalis, within that cocoon. There has to be that dissolving, that dissolution, that decomposition, and that murkiness sitting within that goo in order to reform and recrystallize into a new, more aligned, vibrant entity. So I think that may just be something to keep in consideration, to maybe keep in your awareness around this time of the full moon and Scorpio lunar eclipse. So I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, group 3, and I just wanted to say that it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much.